Hello, my name is Ace and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back me, first off, and second off, I missed you guys. Hello, so sorry for being gone for basically a month. I've been dealing with my own issues, like a breakup for example, but that's neither here or there. Today, we are here to talk about some spiritual stuff, or more like supernatural stuff. So, we're gonna go right into it. If you don't already know, hello, my name is Ace and welcome to my journey to becoming a god. In this episode, we're going to be teaching something that I learned actually right after the solar eclipse, which I find is amazing. So let's just jump right into it. What I actually learned is something called energetic sculpting. Now, this does not mean shifting your field to be stronger or fortified. That is energy fortification. Energy sculpting is quite literally changing your energy's properties to the most comparable one possible. Like, let's say your energy is like purely speed. Heat would be the one that is closest to your property because of friction and stuff like that. So in this one, I'm going to be teaching you basically 3 things you should be looking out for when trying to do this. Now, I've only done this maybe 4 times or so recently, so I don't know it like the back of my hand, so I'm gonna just explain it the best way I can. So first and foremost, before we jump into this, I will let you know now, this does take a lot of time, belief, and faith that your own mind's eye is showing you the truth when it comes to your own energy. Now, this may not happen for a beginner. The beginner is better off to start with a key ball, understand your energy first, and learn how to form it. But when it comes to energy sculpting, yeah, you're a little bit more adept, you understand what you're doing, and your third eye honestly can confidently say it's open. So, what should you be looking out for when actually doing an energy sculpt? Well, the first things you actually want to understand before getting into it is 3 key things. Number 1, you want to know what property you're trying to turn into. Are you trying to turn to ice, fire, acid, etc.? Number 2, you want to know how that property actually feels. Don't assume that you'll be able to see it with your naked eye, because I will tell you now, you will not be able to. Okay? This is a mental thing. This is a mental image thing. This isn't fake, though. It's solely seen within the mind because the mental scape is the only place I can really see what you're trying to do. Number 3, you have to understand your own energy's property, okay? You cannot try switching to a different property before you even know what your property is, because then your energy doesn't know how to switch its pattern to actually match that pattern. So, for a quick disclaimer, ki or chi, whatever you want to call it, I personally call it ki because that just feels more right to me, even though I know people will probably disagree. Don't really give a fuck. Enjoy it and say it however you wish. Whatever feels comfortable to you is whatever feels comfortable to you. But ki or chi is vital life force. For my own ki, it is not specifically, but it is tailored around knowledge. So basically my energy is the energy of knowledge. So getting into this was kind of easy for me because my energy is fine with constantly adapting and changing into different properties. And that was already like conditioned because, well, I tried doing electricity, fire, air, water, all these different types of elements just to get accustomed to them and learn their archetypes. So when I tried doing energy sculpting, my first initial thought was to try to make an atomic bomb. I'm not gonna lie with you, it's basically not just like a nuke or something, but like, no, technically, but it's like, I tried making a mini sun because that was the hottest thing I could think of. So I'm just like, okay, well, let's see what happens. So when doing this actually yielded so many different results I was not expecting. First off, in my mind, it was so clear to see the energy start forming. At first, when trying to do it right, it feels natural to just feel it in the middle of my hands. I kind of just move it and manipulate my energy to try to warp it and grow its potency. But in my mind's eye, I'm trying to form it into this like energy ball from like Firestorm or something. Like if you remember that little Firestorm gauntlet thing, that's basically the mini version of what I was making, the larger version of what I was making. And while doing so, my brain kept trying to jump around how hot it should try to be. So I stuck with just the simple main 3 examples: the sun, atomic bomb, and lava. Those 3 let me build up enough energy to have enough heat to actually come off this ball. When it got to that point though, I felt my arm start actually heating up, like it was having like wafts of heat constantly from it spiraling and circulating. That actually worked out really well, and I tried to keep what's it called, like finalizing the image in my head until I got like this true atomic spiraling showcase. And at some point I could feel my energy kind of like tapping out as to where it should be going, because where, like, okay, when I say capping, I mean like I started to feel it go unstable, because I felt my own right hand actually feel burning, like it was hot. I couldn't handle it, so I tried trying to just keep it down to a small pinpointed level. Now, of course, my energy sculpting completely sucks. This was the first time, so the moment I tried getting it into a nice stabilized form, the heat was gone, and I was just like, damn, okay. But I knew my energy was still in there. It was just trying to figure out a way how to stabilize itself while keeping its atomic potency. So I was like, all right, well, that gave good results, right? Basically, I can change the property of my energy and actually feel it. Good. What if we tried reversing the process? So instantly, I tried changing my atomic bomb into like a nitrogen bomb. So that, mind you, do take that easily. Do not do an instantaneous change, because that is a quite heavy burden on your mind, from going from your own heat to super cold really fast. When I did that, I'm gonna explain the visualization I was basically seeing while doing this. So while I was doing it, I could see my hands holding the yang symbol, because, well, it was pure positive heat, right? And what I was trying to switch to was a pure negative yin cold energy. And my brain kept wanting to decide which side it wanted to go to, because it instantly went from full-on yang to now all of a sudden needing to be full-on yin. And that was a little difficult, because my brain kept questioning and kept jumping around so many choices as to how cold I should be, like thinking of ice cubes, avalanches, Antarctica, icebergs, and just all of these different things, when I only just wanted to try to make a nitrogen bomb. But I don't even know what that truly is, so I was just going based off of inspiration. Now, since I couldn't stick on like 3 examples max, I decided to just solely focus on one, which was the thought of yin. Pure negative cold energy, just purely energy. At that moment, everything just went silent in my mind. All I saw was my energy and it getting colder. At some point, it literally felt like my own hands just kind of froze, and it just was feeding the energy more and more. As the energy, I guess, ball slowly formed, it turned into more like a crystallized diamond, to be honest. It was like trying to make a perfect diamond, but it couldn't, because, well, I don't know what a perfect diamond entirely is, so to speak. Point being, from that, I did feel cold. It was a lot different than heat. So for heat, that was more volatile, you know, it was kind of just everywhere. I could feel it just constantly spewing out around and about, like rambunctiously. Wow, these big ass words. Like I could just see it spiraling around a lot and just very unstable while keeping its stable form, like the actual sun, how heat still frills off it. That's what I was getting. When it came to the cold one, though, the cold was so focused in on the simple meridian on my palm that I could just feel my energy like tunneling into the middle and kind of raveling into itself like a cold stream of ice. And it was so interesting, because when my hands were kind of just locked in place while feeding the ball, I could break out and move, and the energy would follow with it. But my brain couldn't get off the fact of it just being yin energy, which made it so much easier. So what I'm here to tell you about is, when doing energy work in general, be mindful about the words you use. Your brain uses your words to interpret what meaning you're trying to find. And if you keep adding more meanings to one simple word, you're gonna get confused. If you think meditation is drinking coffee and reading a book, that's what your form of meditation is. If you think meditation is sitting down and being aware of your thoughts, that's your meditation. If you think meditation is smoking and playing a game, that's your meditation. But it can't be all 3. It can't be all 3. So I am here to tell you 3 different things, that's 6, 3 different things about energy sculpting afterwards. Number 1, when doing energy sculpting, again, be aware of the possible senses that you're feeling in the moment. Be completely present and understand how properties affect each of your senses. You know, heat can smell weird. Electricity could smell weird. It feels different. And understand that not every single energy and elements will affect the same exact sense. That, for one, is very true, because for electricity, you could smell fish. For heat, you could feel heat. Well, for fire, you can feel heat. For wind, you may hear something. For water, you may actually taste something, or your mouth gets more moisturized. Who knows? The possibilities are infinite, so do not let your own limited imagination get in the way of your limitless potential. That is all I came here to tell you, and I missed you guys. I hope you guys missed me too. I hope you guys enjoy my my ranting. And I love you guys. Stay frosty. Mwah.